Hello everyone. So I'm re-uploading this video without the sound issue. Okay. So let us go to the topic. Weekly current affairs. Okay. This will be the second session for the month of August. It will be from 8 to 14 August. General Studies paper 1. We are going to study now. The content number 1 will be critical need for population census in India. Now see, before going to the topic, okay, let me remind you one thing. I've seen your YouTube analytics, and most of you are giving up on the video after 5 or 6 minutes and do not watch it again. See, this will be very harmful for your preparation. Okay, I'm telling you. The current affairs is the most important element in the current scenario of APSC and more in the UPSC also. I am telling you this by my experience. I've already appeared mains twice. I've already cleared once. So by my experience only I'm telling you, okay, I'm not just bluffing. That suppose I'm giving you one example. If there is a candidate A who studies only current affair and does not touch the static part, there is another candidate B who studies only the static part, is very good in the static part but does not touch the current affair. The candidate who is studying only current affair A, okay, candidate A has more chance of clearing the exam. Now, I'm not saying that you should not touch the static part. It is important. Both are important. But I'm just giving you an example, the importance of the current affairs in the present scenario. Okay, so please, it is a request, finish the video. Not just finish it, repeat the video 3-4 times by maintaining a gap of at least 2 days. Suppose you are watching the video today, maintain 1 or 2 day gap, watch it again, and then maintain 1 or 2 gap, watch it again. That will help you in retaining the information. It will remain in your head like a story, and it will help you in bringing out the facts when you're writing the exam. Okay, so please do that one. And about the MCQ, nobody is practicing, I know, because nobody is finishing the video also, let alone the MCQ. So I'll give you the MCQ in separate videos. Please practice it. Practice the MCQ as well as the mains answer practice. Okay, do not skip it. It is for you only. Now, content number 1. Okay, critical need for population census. Why is the critical need? Because see, last census happened in 2011. Now it is already 2021. So, no, 2024. It was supposed to happen in 2021, but now it is only 2024. So, it is already very late. So that is the critical need. What is the critical need? Because everything the government do, all the schemes that the government bring will be based on the data from the census only. So 2011 is already very long time ago. So whatever the government schemes that data will bring, it will not be fit for the present time. Okay, that is the thing. The data is already very old. It is not fit for the present scenario. So the data collection has to be now done. There is a critical need. That is what the article is saying here. So GS paper 1, read the syllabus. These are the article. Okay, caste census means inclusion of caste-wise tabulation of India's population belonging to different castes. See, there is a difference between caste census and socio-economic census. Socio-economic census is what? Only based on the economic condition of the different section of the society of India. The census that we have in India is what? SECC. Okay, socio-economic and caste census. Please go and read about it in the introduction. Now, introduction, you can read it. Now, significance. What is the importance of the caste census? Here it is written caste census, but actually it should be SECC. Okay, remember, put in your mind that it is SECC. Now, caste data provides the policy makers and decision makers with accurate information. Accurate information is required. No? So, for the midday meal, how many children are there below the age of 14? If they know, then only they can allocate the money in the midday meal scheme, isn't it? Without that, how will they allocate? So if you are collecting the data from 2011 only, in 2024, how will you implement it? That is also one issue. So that is it. Okay, and effective policy. Effective policy means what? The policy which is important. Suppose Arunodaya scheme. In Assam we have what? Arunodaya scheme, and schemes like the solar missions, solar scheme. Then other schemes, what do we have? Like the the fees waiver. Okay, the girl students going to the college will receive how much? They will receive 12,500 per month. So all those schemes are effective. They're required. But let's say tomorrow the government brings a scheme that they will provide scooty to the people who are above the age of 70. Will that be effective? No, isn't it? That'd be useless policy. So it has to be effective as well as accurate. There is a thing, and that will be done only when there is census, timely census after every 10 years. Now, a census is essential to understand India's rapid demographic transition. What is demographic transition? Before that, what is demography? Demography is the percentage of different section of the population. India has how much? 140 crore population, isn't it? Out of 140 crore, how much? What percentage of the population is below 14 years? What percentage of the population is between 14 to 25? What percentage is women? Okay, those are what demographic elements. And demographic transition is the change in this percentage only. Suppose in 2011, okay, 5% population are below 14 years. In 2024, 6% population are below 14 years. So there is a change from 5 to 6%, isn't it? That is what demographic transition. Now, what is the need of demographic transition information? Because if the population is changing, the government has to change their policy according to that only. If the number of old people is increasing in India, government has to bring some scheme for the welfare of the old people also, isn't it? There is. So census data helps in equitable distribution. What is equitable distribution? Equitable is different from equal. Okay, equal means 50-50. Okay, equitable means according to their needs. Suppose there is one person A who needs 1 lakh rupees for his treatment. There is another person B who needs nothing. Okay, he is happy with his life. So government, if it distributes 50-50, that will be equal but not effective, isn't it? The person who needs 1 lakh is getting only 50,000. So equitable means what? According to their need. So if the government brings only 1 lakh for the distribution, it will give 1 lakh to the person who needs 1 lakh and nothing to the people who need nothing. That is equitable according to their need. And then what? Census data plays a vital role in determining the seats of electoral constituencies. Electoral constituencies is what? MP, MLA, MSC, etc. Okay, so based on the population only, this seats will be determined. We have ST seat. What? Dima Hasao, Karbi Anglong, West Karbi Anglong together have only 1 seat, but Jorhat has 1 seat. So that is what? Because of population only. Kamrup rural has 1 seat. So in UP there are 80 Lok Sabha seats. In Assam only 14. So there is what? Difference in population only. That is why. Now it will be based on the census data collection. Now concerns what? Collection of data. There are 140 crore people and diverse population. Diverse means what? There are thousands of different languages and thousands of different cultures in India. So obviously they will create challenges. It is a generic point, you can understand it. Okay, lack of awareness. What? Okay, look at the condition of the APSC and UPSC aspirants. How much importance do we pay to the census collection? Census is not being done till now, and how much do we care, isn't it? Let it be done when it is. We do not care about it. So imagine about the people who are living in the rural areas. How much importance will they give, isn't it? So when they do not give any importance to it, they will not be cooperative. For the census collection to be done, they have to remain at home and listen to the census official, isn't it? So when the census official visit those places, they will not be cooperative and it will create challenges. Okay. Now, language and culture. We have already discussed thousands of languages, thousands of cultures. Some cultures like in Meghalaya, okay, the Garo and the Khasi people, they are matriarchal. Not only them, there are other tribes in different states also. See what happens during the documentation and especially in the bank. Okay, they used to face problem because their name and their father's name does not match. So all these are the problems. Okay, during the census collection can result in misinterpretation of the conjugations also. There is one thing, language. Okay, suppose in a very rural area they do not know English, they do not know Hindi, they do not know Assamese, and the people who are going to conduct the census, they do not know their language. So there will be a huge problem. Not only that, see our voter ID card. How many of you have correct names? I hope nobody has a completely correct names. At least your name or your father's name will be wrong there, because there is also language barrier only. Okay. Now concerns about data misuse. Okay, data misuse. When see, especially in the age of this Aadhaar card. Okay, when you have the phone number, bank account, date of birth and Aadhaar information collected, there is a very high chance that some hackers may try to access your bank account. It is not that the data official will do it, but there is a chance of 140 crore people data. There is always a chance of getting leaked. So that is the concern. It is a concern. It is not that it will be happening only. It is just a concern. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, the last one, what? Inadequate technology infrastructure. See, technology is there. The problem is the usage. The people who are conducting the data collection are usually who are appointed in the 1980s and 90s, old people, and they do not know how to use the smartphone, the different softwares that have been developed for the data collection and all. Okay, there is a problem, but we are learning. It will be solved. Now, way forward. Way forward is nothing here. You have written the concerns. Now, that means the problems. Whatever problems you have written, you have to give the solution of those only. Suppose you have written here inadequate technology. That means you have to enhance technology. That is it. You have written here what? Lack of awareness. So you have to create awareness. Okay, that is the thing. Whatever problems you are writing, the same solution you have to give. Okay. So there is one mains practice question here. Please practice it. Okay, you don't skip it. And the MCQ also I will give you in another video. That is for please practice it. And I'll remind you once more. Please finish the video and repeat the video. Okay. Let us move to the next topic. So GS1, I think only one topic is there. Now we'll go to GS2. Concept number 1, what is it? Role of state and private sector in the elite sports. So elite sports is nothing but the high level sports like Olympics, okay, Commonwealth and all. Now what can be the role of private sector? Can you think? Private sector will give money only. Sponsorship, na? Some of the best players will be supported by some big companies, and instead of in return of the money given to them by the company, the sports person will promote the company by wearing their logo on their shirt, advertising. These days, so the players are using Instagram, Facebook, and all for the brand promotion. Okay, suppose what Virat Kohli, I think, I don't know about currently, okay, but few years ago he was sponsored by Nike. Nike has paid 100 crores to Virat Kohli. So you will see that Virat Kohli will wear Nike everywhere he goes. Whether he goes to the wedding, whether he goes to some party and all, he will wear Nike, and he will post those photos in his Instagram and Facebook and all. So that is how he will promote. In the old days, the cricket players used to put the logo on their cricket bat. Okay, so that's that. So private sector will provide money. That is the main thing. But we'll see the other issue also here. Now, state, what will state do? State will provide money and infrastructure, coach, facility, stadium, and all, isn't it? So let us read. Let us go through it. Source, you can read from the Indian Express. You can read this one. GS paper 2 governance. GS paper 1, why is it given here? I do not know. Please read it. But introduction. Okay, recently Vinesh Phogat's Olympic disqualification and Ambani family's push to improve India's sports has sparked up debate. Now, why is Vinesh Phogat coming here? See, Vinesh Phogat, is a wrestler, Indian wrestler, who has been disqualified in the final round because she was 100 gram extra than the required weight, the weight limit. Okay. Now, you will hear in the news that there was no, in the team of Vinesh Phogat, there was no qualified physician, okay, doctors that went along with her. So that is why she faced a lot of problems regarding the weight reduction. Okay, there should be a team of experts, sent with the Olympic team. But see, Vinesh Phogat did not receive any such kind of expertise. Okay, expert persons. So that is why you can see that even at the level such as Olympics, okay, India is still facing facility, backwardness. Players are not getting enough facility even at such states like Olympics. That is one example. That is why Vinesh Phogat is coming here. If some experts, some doctors and all had been with her, okay, she might have made the cut and she might have won gold medal also. But let alone gold medal, even a silver medal she was due was also taken from her now. Okay. Now what is Ambani doing here? See, Nita Ambani, na? She is representative of India in the International Olympic Association. So the thing is that what is Ambani doing there? What is her contribution? That is what this article is talking about. Okay, let us read it. What is this debate? This also will be clear. Okay, it focuses on whether private wealth or state fame are better for supporting the elite sports. See, if we can see, money coming from any direction, whether from private sector or from the government, it will do the same thing. Na? The money given by the private sector or the money given by the government, if you build a stadium, it will be the same stadium. It will not be different. So here we are talking about whether the private sector should be prioritized or the government should be prioritized when it comes to sports promotion in India. Now, state's role. Let us see. What is the state's role in promoting sports excellence in India? The primary role of state should be to improve the general well-being of the population. General well-being of the population. Okay, let's see. Investment of sports infrastructure. That is the main thing. This first one is a trivial point. Okay, you can understand. That means what? Everybody in the country should be healthy. That is just the primary role. And how will it be healthy? By promoting sports. Among the children, if you do not promote sports, what will happen? They will get unhealthy, isn't it? So sports will be promoted at school level, at college level, etc. That is what he's talking about. The first point. The second point is what? Investment. Okay, building stadium in every district. There is a plan adopted by the current central government, isn't it? Now we will see that in the headquarter of every district in Assam, there will be a stadium. Now, providing financial support to the athletes. Obviously, without money, what will you do? No? The should focus on identifying, nurturing young talent. Now, how will they identify young talent? By providing more and more facilities and more events. If they do not conduct any sports event, where will they go and showcase their talents? Suppose during our school times, there is one boy, okay, from our class. He was very fast in running, but he does not have any avenue to showcase his talent. There is no, athletics program that used to be held during days. So those talents are wasted. That is the thing. Promotion of sports through media campaigns. Yes, it is. The main source of information today is one media only, whether mainstream media or social media. So the government should promote these campaigns, okay, through the media. If they do not, suppose if they advertise the achievements, if they advertise the different sport events in the media, more and more people will get engaged, and more people will participate, and more talent will get showcased. Otherwise, many talents will get hidden and it will die out from after the age. Okay, that is the integration of sports with education curriculum. Yes, sports should be made a curriculum. That means what? There should be marks for doing good in sports also. That is what it is talking about. There should be one column subject, science, maths, cricket, football, etc. in the report card. That is what it's talking about. You will see in the US, okay, they adopt this one. That is why you will see that most of the students who are studying in the US, okay, especially the college, you will see that along with the studies, they are also practicing professional games. They are earning crores of rupees while studying there in the college. Okay, so those type of systems should be adopted here also. Okay, the state can encourage private investment through public-private partnership. What is public-private partnership? That is, suppose we are building one stadium in Diphu, and the government will, invest 50% of the cost, and Tata company will invest 50% of the cost. They will build the stadium, and that stadium can be used for conducting sports, as well as it can be leased. It can be leased for some programs like some big concerts, some singing concerts and all. Also, every time there is a game held there, the money received from selling the ticket can be split between the government and the Tata company. That is what public-private partnership. Okay, it is just an example here. Recognition of sports as a potential industry. Yes, it should be considered as an industry. What is an industry? Industry is nothing but something or some entity where if you put money, you will get profit out of that money. That is what industry is. Okay, so it should be recognized as an industry. Obviously, if you invest in a football team, suppose Morningstar, okay, some big industrialist is investing in Morningstar, and that Morningstar team is winning cups and winning games and all. So the popularity will rise now. When the popularity of the Morningstar will rise, more and more sponsorship will come. So sponsorship will come, and so money will be accumulated in the club, isn't it? That money can be shared between the Tata company and the club. I'm talking about just as an example. Okay. Now policy intervention is what? Policy intervention can enhance India's sports infrastructure and talent development, such as strengthening grassroots level like Khelo. So there is an importance in strengthening the grassroots level development. Okay, grassroots is what? At the district and at the subdivisional level. Okay, like Hello India. So it is a generic point only, you can understand by reading it. Okay. Now, argument against state funding of elite sports. What can be the negative effect if the state is funding the elite sports? It is primarily benefit to small groups of athletic, rarely enhances the public well. So okay, see, when the state is providing money, not many people will receive the funding, because India, you see, there are 1.4 billion people now. How many sports person you think will be benefiting if the government decides to uh, pay sponsorship or pay scholarship to the sports person? Let's say 100 people are participating in the athletics. One or two may get money from the government. The rest 98 will do what? There is a thing. Okay, because the amount of money with the government is limited, isn't it? The government has to spend for defense, it has to spend for education, health, infrastructure, etc. Isn't it? So that is what it's talking about. What potential for corruption? Obviously, whenever money is involved, corruption, it can be there. Okay, there is one concern. It is a concern. Okay, it is not sure that there will be corruption. It is a concern, one of the concerns. Now, emphasizing elite sports can overshadow the other important areas, for example education. That is what we are talking about here from the first point. Okay, money, you have to invest in money in education, also you have to invest in sports also, so the balance has to be maintained there. Okay, argument to support private funding. What can be the good thing that comes when private funding is there? Suppose if Tata and Adani, they support the sports players, they support the football players, they support the athletes, so what will happen? Private sector investment can face strict scrutiny and close monitoring for effectiveness. Arguments to support, actually this point, okay, it can be there, it can be written like this. Okay, private funding should be there, but there should be scrutiny also, because see, there can be chance of some money laundering and also money laundering, I think. If you do not know, we can do this in the next session. Okay, so whenever money is involved, there is a chance of money laundering also. So all this should be put under proper scrutiny. That is what he's talking about. Yes, private sector investment should be there, but it should come with scrutiny. It reduces taxpayer burden by reducing the strain on public budget. Yes, see, the government will have to spend less when private is spending, isn't it? So the government can spend those money in some other important like defense and education, health, etc. Okay, often financial initiatives, rewards and additional resources that can motivate athletes. Okay, see, when the athletes start receiving big sum of money, okay, as prize, it will motivate them more, and it will motivate the younger generation. That is what is talking about, the third point. So that is it with this topic also. This is the main practice question. Please practice it. Okay, now we'll go to the next one. There are two questions. Practice them. Concept number 2, risk associated with Zika virus. What is Zika virus? You know Zika virus, no? It is not a new thing. It is there since 3 or 4 years. So let us continue with the content here. Content number 2, risks associated with Zika virus. Now my homework for you is that find the difference between virus and bacteria. What is the difference between virus and bacteria? Science student will know it. Other students, please try and find it out. Okay. Now you can read the topic here from the Hindu syllabus. You can read it. Introduction is what? Zika virus is an emerging mosquito-borne virus that was first identified in Uganda in 1947. So it is not a new disease. Okay, it is not a new virus. Now what are the things that before people does not travel with planes. These days people used to travel by are using planes for travel. So any disease anywhere can spread to any part of the world very fast, like the corona. It started in China, isn't it? Suppose corona was there in the 1900s, it will not spread to the whole world because people will not be able to travel by plane, isn't it? So there is a thing. Now the current situation in Zika virus in India, what is it? Since June 20, Maharashtra has been seeing many cases of Zika virus, with Pune city being the epicenter. Now what happens with Zika virus is that it will affect the fetus, the beginning of the formation of a baby. what will happen to virus? How does it affect the human body? It will alter the DNA. Okay, it's very dangerous. It will enter inside the cells. It will alter the DNA structure. That is the effect of virus. Now, how does it affect the pregnant woman? And remember one thing, that it is mosquito borne, so it is very important. Just keep your surrounding free from mosquito. Okay, not just malaria. Now we are starting to see viruses being spread by these mosquitoes. Now, pregnant women are significantly affected, making up half of the confirmed cases. Okay, half of the confirmed cases are women. Let us see why is it. What's the reason? Risks associated again. Risk of giving birth to babies with microcephaly. Microcephaly is what? A smaller head than normal. The babies who are affected by this virus will have a smaller head compared to normal. Smaller head will be what? Underdeveloped brain. Okay, so if the children grows also, he will be a bit, lacking behind in terms of brain development. You know what I mean, no? He will be some like before we used to call handicap, now it is PWD, people with disability. Now, babies born to infected mothers. Okay, infected mothers to baby. How does it transfer? It can transfer only in case of virus, because virus will affect the DNA, isn't it? The DNA from the mother will go to the baby only. Same like HIV. If the mother is infected from the DNA of the mother, the children will also be affected. Okay, same here also. HIV is also a virus now. Here also the virus will affect the DNA of the mother and then the baby also. Risks of premature birth with low birth weight. There is a thing. Now what is this? Discuss the risks associated. You are given the risk and you have to write the risk. Same thing, very easy, isn't it? Okay, so that's why I'm telling you, do not skip the questions, practice it. So content number 3 is what? Clarifying justice. The Supreme Court ruling on subquota. In the previous session we have done this one, subquota on ST and SC. Now clarifying justice means what? Explaining it. Okay, the people may be confused, so this article is about explaining what a basis of the judgment passed by the Supreme Court for the SC and ST subquota. Then it can be read from the Indian Express, 10 August 2024. You can go and read it. Read the syllabus also, GS paper 2, welfare scheme for vulnerable section of the population, center and the state. You can go through the syllabus. Okay. Introduction. What is it? The Supreme Court has recently allowed subclassification. Allowed. Okay. The Supreme Court did not order. They did not tell the state. They have allowed the state. Now it is up to the state and the state to whether implement it or not. Allow the subclassification of scheduled tribe and scheduled caste to provide for separate quotas. Okay, that means creamy layer. You know about the concept of creamy layer, isn't it? From the OBC. In this session, in the last session we have done. Creamy layer is nothing but the people, the section of the people who are well-to-do. They will not get any benefit of the quota. Okay, the poor will get, but the richer people of the ST and the SC will not get any quota benefit if implemented. Okay, if implemented. Criticism. Okay, see, usually we should not criticize the Supreme Court. Okay, the Supreme Court is there to protect the rights of the population. Suppose, let's say, government tomorrow brings some law which the people does not like. Who will protect us from that? The Supreme Court only. Okay, they will use the judicial review power, and if they find that it is not aligned with the Constitution of India, they will declare it null and void. So the Supreme Court is what? The guardian of the Constitution. Okay, the guardian of the Constitution. Please remember that. But now the criticism has come. What is the reason? Let us see. Critics wrongly believe. Okay, wrongly believe. Please focus on that one. Focus on the blue. This case, no? Wrongly believe the verdict weakens the existing reservation system. However, the court emphasizes substantive equality. Sorry, okay. The lighting is not very good. I cannot read it properly. Let me adjust the lighting. Okay. The substantive equality and strengthens the social justice for disadvantaged community. So we can read it. It means that The people who are protesting are, understanding the decision as something, they have misunderstood. The Supreme Court want the proper implementation of the quota, not the removal of the quota. That is what this line is talking about. So some argue that the court is overstepping by handling sub-quotas. You know about the division of power, isn't it? The division of power is one of the basic doctrine, okay, the basic doctrine of the Constitution of India. That is, the executive should do executive, the judiciary should do judiciary. They should not interfere into each other's job. Okay, that is what it's talking about. Now see that as providing quota and all, it should be the role of the government, isn't it? So what is Supreme Court doing here? Okay, I am not saying this one, the article is saying. In reality, the court only clarified the legal permissibility. Now see, the first line is telling you the issue, the second line is the clarification. The court is not interfering into the government job. Okay, it is only telling that it is allowed by the Constitution or not. Okay, the state cannot do anything which is not allowed by the Constitution. So the Supreme Court is telling the state that whether sub quota is it allowed or not under the Constitution. That is what the article, this line is saying. Okay, the Supreme Court did not order anything. They are just clarifying whether the state can do it or not. So the state can do it. That is what the court said. That is what the line is saying. Okay, now read the previous. You can read this one. There is one practice question. Please practice this one. Practice all of the practice questions. Okay, question number 4. What is this? Challenges faced by women refugees. Okay, women, they always face double jeopardy. You might have heard this one. Double jeopardy means what? Anywhere anything happens, whatever the effect is felt by the entire population, the woman will feel it double. Suppose there is war anywhere. Obviously, war will affect everyone in the adverse way. But the woman, in addition to those adversities, will face extra adversities. Okay, due to being woman. Suppose see, during war, there will be no law and order. You can see in the Manipur example. Manipur example, you have seen that a woman has been naked, paraded naked by the population. Okay, so see, uh, everyone is affected in Manipur during the riots. But see, in addition to that, all those killings, all those economic crises, people could not go to work. Women are facing extra jeopardy, isn't it? They are facing rapes. They are facing all those, parading naked and all. That is why anywhere any adversities happen, the woman will face double jeopardy. That means because they are women, they have to face more atrocity compared to the men. That is what it's talking about. Now let us go to the syllabus. Syllabus, what will we do? Just read it. Okay. Introduction. Refugees are a person. You know what is refugee? 46% of refugees in India are comprised of women. See? Okay. Refugees in India come from Pakistan, Afghanistan, mostly from Bangladesh and from Myanmar also. Okay, now I want you to do one homework. Okay. Dalai Lama, is he a refugee or not? Please go and search this one. Okay. Now, you know what is a refugee, and you know that 46% of refugees in India are women. Now, challenges. Obviously, we have discussed this one. Sexual abuse. Everyone, okay, every other male is a potential rapist if he gets the chance. You have to remember this one. I am not saying this. There are articles on this. You can go and read. Every man is a potential rapist, unless, whether he gets a chance or not. That is the only issue. You can go and read the articles and all. Okay, I'm not saying this. The articles say women refugees are more likely to suffer from mental health. Obviously, okay, if they face all those problems in day-to-day basis, obviously their mental health will be affected. You can understand this one, no? Now, refugee women in India have restricted access to healthcare. Obviously, let alone the refugee. You try to go and do your treatment in the government hospital. See what kind of hardship you will face, isn't it? So now imagine you are a refugee, and imagine that you are a woman. Double jeopardy again, isn't it? So Refugee women have what psychological disability and often excluded from the what protections. Psychological disability means what? See, because of all the atrocities that they have faced, their psychology will be such that they will not be able to open up. They will not have self-esteem and self-confidence, to exist in the, and in places like big cities and all. If your self-confidence is low, people around you will eat you. Okay, that is what the line is talking about. Now, legal protection for refugees. What are the legal protections? Indian rights of persons with disabilities. No, what is this disability terms? What is this? Right to life. Okay. Right to life, Article 21. Right to life means what? So our right to life is given to both aliens and non-alien citizens. Okay. Everyone in India is given right to life. It is not that some refugees comes, you will kill him. No, it is not allowed. Obviously, it is not allowed. I'm just saying it. Okay. Now, India rights to disability. I don't know what is this. Can you think of any other right? Can you think of any other right given to the refugees? Recently, what CAA 2019? There are huge protests in Assam. No? CAA is for the refugees only. Okay, you can go this one. I'll give you one more. How does CAA 2019 helps the refugees in India? Please go and search this one. Okay, you'll find the answer. Now, what are the measures to improve the situation? If you have given the problems, the same thing should be mentioned in the measures also. If you have given that the refugees are facing sexual problems, in the solution you should give the police should what? They should take more care that the sexual abuses faced by the women, okay, gets registered. That is the thing. There should be legal framework. India should create a uniform legal framework for refugees. See, uniform is what? Same for everyone. Now see, India does not accept Rohingyas as refugees. Okay, but India will accept Afghanistan people who are non-Muslim as refugees. So there is differential treatment. So that should not be the case. It is talking about. Refugee women must be included in the mental health policies. Okay, whenever the government makes mental health policies, they should include, they should make provisions that the refugee women are also getting the benefits of this. Okay, that is what it's talking about. Enhancement in identification. Okay, enhanced identification and registration process of refugees with disabilities. Okay, so I think this point is talking about this one. See, a refugee who is also disabled, imagine his life, isn't it? He's already a refugee, and imagine that he does not have a leg. So the disability benefit, it should be given to the refugees also. That is what it's talking about. So that is the article. This is the practice question. Please practice it. Content number 5. Current political crisis in Bangladesh. You know what is happening in Bangladesh. Can you tell what is the starting point? The starting point is that 33. I don't know 33. Yeah, I think 33% of the job will be reserved for the descendants of the freedom fighters. In India also we have freedom fighters, isn't it? In Bangladesh also they have freedom fighters in 1971. 1971 is their freedom year. So those who have fought in the freedom war, their children and grandchildren will get 33% reservation in the job as well as in the university and colleges. That provision was brought by the government of Bangladesh, and in protest of that provision, everything has started till today. We can say that the military has taken over. Okay, it is not exactly the military rule, but the military has appointed what from, I'm forgetting the name, Yusuf Hamas something, Nobel laureate. Okay, the acting prime minister is one, the a Nobel laureate, isn't it? You can Google his name. I forgot his name. Now, because of all this turmoil, you can see that there is a lot of chaos in Bangladesh. News media and all are not showing the proper, image. But when you observe the internal politics right now, is it what? It is one section is against India. Okay, they want to bring back the Bangladesh before 1971. Before 1971, what is it? Bangladesh is a part of Pakistan, isn't it? So all those people, 1971 is not a very long age, I mean not a very far away year, isn't it? So the people, okay, uh, one section of the people of Bangladesh, they want to bring back the Bangladesh of pre-1971, that is a Bangladesh which is very close to Pakistan. Okay, that is it. Okay, now let's go to the topic here. Okay, so it is written here, on August 5, the former Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, was ousted from her power, leading to political unrest. You know about that? Remember that, okay, August 5. Bangladesh crisis cause. What are the cause? What is it? Student protests, we have already discussed. They are demanding jobs based on merit, not on quotas. Obviously, see, population of Bangladesh is very high, okay? Considering the size of population and the geography, see, most of the Sundarban area and all, it is not habitable, no? So it is, the population is centered around Dhaka and all those areas only. So see, population of Bangladesh is very high. I think more than 20 crore, isn't it? For such a small country. So you can imagine the joblessness that it is more than India, I think. I do not know the exact figure, okay, but let's see. That is why demand for jobs is very high. That is the reason they are protesting in very high intensity, isn't it? They are ready to die for their, demand. Now, Bangladesh crisis and the effect on India. What effect? Obviously, the refugee effect on Assam, West Bengal. Okay, mainly India have lost a trusted ally under Sheikh Hasina. See, when Sheikh Hasina was the Prime Minister, it was the Bangladesh was very much in favor of India. Okay, very much friendly towards India. But now what happens? In every country, you see the surrounding. Okay, China has affected every other country: Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Maldives. Now in Bangladesh also. So what happens is that there is a section of the population in Bangladesh that is now against India. Okay, now it is against India. Now see, when Sheikh Hasina is now removed, so the people who are against Sheikh Hasina will obviously be against India only, isn't it? There is, so there is anti-India sentiment rising in Bangladesh right now. Second is what? The risks of anti-India. That is what we have discussed just now. Okay, anti-India sentiment is increasing in Bangladesh because of the section of the population who is against India. Now see, there are some section of population in Bangladesh who wants to take back Bangladesh to the pre-1971 era. Okay, they are very much in favor of Pakistan. They don't want to be of one country with Pakistan, but they want to be a friend of Pakistan and an enemy of India. Okay, that is what. The third is what? Challenge of internal security. Okay, internal security, because of the refugee, illegal immigration will be there, and because of the smuggling and all, and even some activities of armed terrorism will also in the rise. That is what. Whenever there is unrest, law and order will break. That is what. Okay. Now their threat comes from China in geopolitics, as Bangladesh political unrest may be provide China another opportunity to expand its sphere of influence in South Asia. We have seen in Maldives and Sri Lanka. We have already discussed this. China is trying to grip every other country near India. Last session I've given you one homework. What? String of pearls. Please go and read that one. Okay, string of pearls. It is a strategy of China to encircle India in the sea. So it is also one of the strategy. It may be, okay, we do not have proof, but obviously China is trying to put some effort there so that Bangladesh becomes against India. Now India's response, what will be India's response? India has to show patience. Okay, see, in the western side we have Pakistan, enemy. On the north side China, an enemy again. On the south side also Sri Lanka, not very friendly. And if we now make another enemy towards the east, see the position of India. So India has to maintain a very calm and rational approach. Okay, India cannot act in haste. That is what C. Raja Mohan, you can see here, is the writer of this article. Now there is one question given there. Okay, you have to practice. Not you have to, you must practice. You do not practice, I think. Okay. The MCQ which I have given you in the last session also, I don't think that anyone has practiced, let alone practice the MCQ. You did not finish the video also. That is why I'm repeating again that finishing the video and memorizing it through the story will help you in the exam a lot. Okay, so please do not skip the video, finish it and repeat it also. Now content number 6, this will be the last content I think. Okay, recent political changes in India and its neighboring. These are all trivial points, you know. No? Just now what we have discussed in respect of Bangladesh, that is what it is being repeated here also. The source is what? The Hindu, 14 August, you can read it. Syllabus also you can read. Introduction is what? India's foreign policy in South Asia in the past 3-4 years have faced challenges. Now see, what is a foreign policy? Foreign policy is nothing but the way in which India will treat another country or act against or with another country. Suppose, for just hypothetical, okay, Pakistan in the next year becomes a very friendly country towards India. They have adopted very friendly policy towards India. So will India also not change its policy? Obviously it will change now. So whatever change takes place in the neighborhood of India, India will also have to change its policy based on that only. So what are the recent changes? We have already talked about it. Pakistan, do you know always? What change has Pakistan adopted in the recent times? See, the supply of terrorism has always been in abundance from Pakistan's side. They did not disappoint us in that regard. But in recent years, what happened after the Article 370 incident? Pakistani army officers are now directly getting involved with the terrorists. They are entering India. That is not done in the past. Okay, they are only sending terrorists. So that is one change. So for that change, what will India has to change in their approach? Okay, that is what it is talking about. So obviously India has to strengthen its security intelligence. Okay, India has to employ more, spies so that we can find out the information about these officers entering India. What about Nepal? Nepal, see, the main contention between India and Nepal is Kalapani Limpiadura region. You can please go and search this one in the YouTube, or I can make another video based on this. Okay, Kalapani is what? River. Now there are two origin place of this river. Okay, left, right. Now India and Nepal are on a debate whether which origin place the river we have to take to determine the boundary of India and Sikkim. That is, India and Nepal. Okay, so there is one contention with Nepal. In Nepal also, see, there are two main political parties. Okay, Nepali Congress and Communist Party of Nepal. So obviously Communist Party will be in favor of China. So China influence is there again. Sri Lanka, okay, the Tamil issue. It was there since many years. You can read about it here. It is a trivial point, you will understand. Bangladesh we have discussed already. Maldives also we have already discussed now. President Muizu, the current president of Maldives, okay, President Muizu is very much in favor of China, and obviously when it is in favor of China, it will be against India. That is it. So you see, in every issue with the neighborhood, China will get involved. Pakistan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Maldives. China is involved in every of the country issue. Okay. So this thing China is doing what? Because of the policy of string of pearls. Okay, that is why I'm telling you, please go and search string of pearls in the YouTube and try to understand it. Or I can make a video on it. Okay, it will be there in 2 or 3 days. I'll make the video. So that is it for this session. There are not many topics here. I'm requesting you again, please finish the video and repeat it 2 or 3 times in a week, and practice the MCQ, which I will give you in the later video, continuing video. Okay, so that is it for this session. Thank you, and practice the main